Kathy Cooper, and this is Gracie. Let me fix her mask real quick. And this is Mercedes, and today we are making these so super cute spider cake pops. So cute for Halloween. So cute and fun to make. So what you're going to need for this fabulous spider cake pop recipe creation is a cake, some frosting, some stick pretzels, some skewers, and I broke the skewers in half, some chocolate coating, and some parchment paper, and maybe some little M&Ms for the eyes, or you can buy little candy eyeballs. So what you're going to do is bake your cake. And you can use a cake box or homemade, doesn't matter. Bake your cake, and then you're going to take your frosting, homemade or a can, doesn't matter, and you're going to crumble that cake up into tiny little crumbs, and then you're going to take some of your frosting, and the key here is to make sure you don't use too much frosting, because if you use too much frosting, then it tastes like a frosting ball. And you don't want it to taste like a frosting ball. You want it to taste like a cake pop. So what you need to do is take your frosting, put it in with your cake crumbles, and roll 2 different sizes of cake balls. One big one and one little one, so that you have a head and a body. And then after you roll the head and the body of all of your cake and your frosting mixture, you're going to take your skewer and put the small one and the big one on the skewer. And then after you have them on the skewer, you take your little stick pretzels and you stick them in here, so you've got your little 8 legs. And then you need to put them in the freezer for at least 2 hours. I let them stay in there for 4 hours. Just leave them in there. Don't take them out before 2 hours. Don't do it. And then, when you're ready to dip them in the chocolate, you melt your chocolate candy coating according to the package directions. Here's a huge tip. Don't let any water get mixed in with the candy coating. It'll ruin it. You'll just have to start all over again. It turns into a huge mess. Don't do it. If you want to keep your candy coating nice and thin, put it in your crock pot with some hot water, turn your crock pot on, and it'll stay nice and thin, easy to work with that way. Because as soon as it cools off, it hardens, which is great. That's what you want. I've actually tried to do this using chocolate chips and shortening, and melting the chocolate chips and the shortening in the microwave and doing the same process, but it doesn't get hard like this. It stays sticky for some reason. It didn't work for me. Might work for you, but it didn't work for me. So anyhow, after your spiders have been in the freezer for 2 hours at least, you're going to dip them in your fabulous chocolate coating mixture. So actually I think I'll use this guy. And I'm going to dip it in, and you want to take your time. Take your time, don't rush. If you rush, you're going to ruin your spiders. The thing is, you need to go nice and slow and take your time, because I've done this in a hurry before, and they don't turn out. They're terrible. They don't even look like spiders. They look like black balls with sticks out of them. They're stupid. So don't do it. So take your time, whoa! Take your time and make sure you get your cake and every little leg pretzel covered with chocolate. And the most important thing is to make sure to let all that chocolate drip off. Let it drip off. And you have to stand here for a couple minutes, just let it drip. Take your time, don't rush. You'll regret it if you rush. And this whole project takes time. It takes time. It's going to take you time to bake your cake, time to roll those cake balls out, at least 2 hours to let them freeze, and then to go through this process. So you might as well just spend the day doing it. Your kids will love to help you, grandkids, neighbors' kids, lots of kids. They love to help with this kind of stuff. So let it drip off. And when it's done dripping off, you can set it on your parchment paper. And you really need to set it on parchment paper, because these little legs, they're going to stick. And if you don't put it on parchment paper, they're going to stick to whatever it is you have them sitting on. And then when you go to pick them up, they're going to stick to the paper and the legs are going to break off. And then you're going to have a spider with a broken leg. It's not attractive for your party. Don't do it. So after you got them all sitting here, you're going to have to either work quickly to get the little eyeballs on there before the candy coating cools off. But don't worry, if it cools off and you think, how am I going to get the eyeball on the spider, you don't have to worry about it. You just take your little skewer, dip it in here, use it like glue, just put it right on there, and then stick the eyeball on. And it sticks like glue, just like that, done. Next thing, really important, you got to remove the stick from the spider. And so there you go. Take it out of his little fanny, and you got yourself a cute little cake pop spider. This little guy has red eyeballs. A little bit scary, creepy for Halloween. I kind of like this guy's eyeballs because he's not scary or creepy. But yeah, super fun, super fabulous cake pop spiders for Halloween.